If you asked me who I went to high school with, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you asked me who I went to camp with, I still remain in contact with them today.
The Cadets is just, it truly is the most amazing adventure, and that's what I think it is. I think it's an adventure, you know, because you're going with all this gang of cadets and personalities and some scary officers and POs and chiefs, and you're like, oh my gosh, these people kind of intimidate me. And by the end of the summer, usually, if you have a good attitude and you press on, you're usually, you know, catch a few laughs with these people towards the end of the summer, and it's like the most rewarding relationship because you've turned around this intimidating person, and sure enough, by the end of it, you're feeling great because you've come out friends to a certain degree, or with a level of respect, and that's a beautiful thing.
And Cadets just, it handed me all of these opportunities, things that I couldn't afford at a yacht club. Couldn't afford clothing, couldn't afford transport, and it's like, I don't know, a lot of yacht clubs are kind of pretentious, and you have to wear a blazer when you go there, and if you show up in a junky car, it doesn't look good. And at Cadets, like, I could just walk in, and they gave us all the same uniform. And at first I didn't really agree with it, but thinking back, I thought, well, if we all look the same, there's no discrimination, there's no money involved, and so I just kind of it just didn't really know any different. And so eventually going through the system, I kind of took it for granted, and I went to a few civvy yacht clubs, and it just wasn't the same. People were sneaky. If there's a little ding in a boat, people would freak out at you and turn on you in an instant. The nice thing about Cadets is that if you're out here and you break a boat during training, I mean, it's not good, but it's going to be paid for. It'll be taken care of. So the kids don't have that stress. The kids can not think about, do I have enough money for this? They can think about, I just want to sail and I just want to have a good time. And this is kind of what they've given me.
There was fun times like that, and there was other times like where we got no emergencies. You know, also on the eggs we would have breakdowns, or we never really had fires, but there was other stuff that really brought us all together. And really, a lot of those people are now working, you know, in the regular force because of those times. The fun times are good and the camaraderie is good, but those times really brought back that, you know, this could be a real career for us. This could be something that, you know, if we can do this, we can do a lot more.
We took a first aid course in PL, and I enjoyed it. We used to keep journals of all the things that we did during those days, and when I did the first aid, I wrote down that I thought that maybe I would go into the military to become a paramedic. 10 years after that, I decided that the requirements for the paramedic academy, some of them seemed outrageous, being a single mom with 2 kids, and I thought, yeah, I can do this. So today, 14 years later, I've been an employee with the British Columbia Ambulance Service as a paramedic. And I picked that when I was 16 years old, but I would have never picked it otherwise.
I wanted to be a sailor. That's all I wanted to do. So I went to HMCS Gimli in Manitoba, and from there I did sail qual, and then I did sailing instructor, because there was no sailing at Quadra at the time. So I wanted to go back. All of a sudden, Quadra expanded its sailing. So I was from the Pacific region. They said, guess what? No, you're going to Quadra. I was pissed because, you know, you're friends and they become your family around in the cadet system, right? So I showed up at Quadra, and day one, I walked in and said, here I am, right? Well, I loved it so much that summer that I came back as a staff officer. It actually was incredible because I'm now a deck officer or navigation officer in my normal career, and I've worked all over the world, tankers, bulkers, cruise ships, worked for the Coast Guard, and I presently work for Seaspan International as a chief officer on the rail ship, Carrier Princess. And that's kind of where the cadet career has led to, and we'll see where it goes from here.
The friendships that you have at Quadra, and they happen slowly throughout the summers. Each summer that you come here, sometimes you see the same people that you saw years before. Sometimes there's always a mixed bag. It's always going to be a new bunch of kids, and they're from across Canada, and they're from different situations. Like some are from broken homes, some are from the prairie, some are from, you know, little like farm country, some are from urban Toronto, some are from like speak French and they're just learning English. Some are total characters, some are wallflowers, some know something about leadership and they're type A personalities, some totally aren't, you know, they're just quiet, and some are just they're coming of age and they're just figuring out their bodies and how big and tall they are and stuff like that. And some are just sort of just watching and waiting to see what happens.
There's all different people in this world, but the people that come out of cadets come out able-bodied, independent, and just kind of go-getters. Like, there is a huge difference.
It's an incredible journey. I got to learn independence. I got to learn initiative. The words no mean try harder. If you asked me who I went to high school with, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you asked me who I went to camp with, I still remain in contact with them today.